Welcome to the patch recap of our May 6th update, Alpha Surge. This is the final patch before we leave Alpha and enter the beta phase of development. This is a big step, and with it comes a big patch. We've updated visuals, gameplay, characters, and even added a single player mode. This patch is bursting with brand new content. We can't cover it all, so be sure to check out the patch notes in the description below. Before we dive into what's new, let's talk about some important fixes to gameplay. We have altered the global hit staling values considerably. This means players will be able to break out of stale combos much sooner. Ideally, this will prevent combos from over-centralizing around a single move. We've also introduced a new trait to some exceptional moves, called Staling Acceleration. Certain moves have been targeted to move multiple spaces in the staling queue instead of one. For example, Wei Shan's forward air has a staling acceleration of 1. This means that it will deal 100% of its hit stun on the first hit, but if you use it again, it moves one extra space in the queue and applies only 50%. For a comprehensive list of all the affected moves, refer to the patch notes. We felt Push Stop was a step in the right direction as a grounded defense mechanic. We are iterating on it and testing a push block. This won't only prevent cross-ups, but also create some space to breathe. Next, we are addressing an issue with Burst by increasing the DI multiplier of both types. This should make less opportunity to start a reversal from a blue burst and require better reactions for red burst combos. We are also tuning Critical State to address some of the kill power it generates. The debuff will now lower the amount of knockback dealt so that the red burst is more about comboing than brutal kill confirms. The last mechanic we've updated is DI. We are testing a higher global DI modifier that better fits the angles introduced in the Danger patch. These changes will make your decisions much more valuable, both defensively and aggressively. We're also tackling some visual issues by revamping the menu and game UI. One of these visual enhancements is the addition of after images. When you consume Spark, an after image will be left behind showing the move that was just used. We think after images will not only be useful information for seasoned players, but also help newcomers to better understand Spark. Let's take a look at the major character changes this patch. Kid has a brand new model as well as some significant quality of life updates. Kid's neutral special now properly grants Spark on all hitboxes. His back air now recovers much quicker, making it a safer option for edge guarding. Also, Kid's float can now be cancelled into a wall jump or ledge grab. Raymer was also given a complete visual overhaul. His ricocheted shots now replenish ammo on hit, but we are keeping an eye on this just to make sure it's not over-centralizing. Two of his side special modes have also been changed. The kick has less range and hit stun, and the orb now takes 4 hits before expiring. The shots from Raymer's up special have also been reduced in power to avoid long-distance spikes. To compensate for this, Raymer now has much more control over when to fire the bullets. You can reactivate special to fire once and press it again to fire again. Uffy and Gulu have been updated to give each a more unique identity. Uffy's grounded movement has been improved remarkably. His downstrike has its ledge lock removed and now can slide over edges. Back air is now a projectile and gives Uffy a little boost. Not to be left out, Gulu's downstrike has been reworked into a disjointed water blast that spikes. Uffy and Gulu previously could switch during situations they shouldn't, like a burst or a parry. As discussed in the gameplay section, we're trying to avoid burst reversals, and escaping an opponent's parry is just unfair. We felt Urda has a lot of potential that is overshadowed by a few dominant moves. Her forward and back throw have been modified to have less hit stun, making it a 50-50 versus an air tech. This should make kill combos less prevalent in the middle bands. Her forward air is one of the moves with staling acceleration, lessening its ability to combo into itself. Urda's down air has been adjusted, taking longer to charge, but hitting significantly harder. These changes aim to encourage using more of Urda's great mix-up game and dial back her kill power. Wei Shan has the most changes out of any character. His down air has been reworked into a quick slash move with a spike on the inner hitbox. We felt up special created too many reversal edge guard situations. His normal up special no longer has super armor. To compensate, EX up special has more armor on the way up and during the swing. Aerial neutral special can no longer be auto-cancelled into another move. This mechanic is limited to EX neutral special, which now costs 5 health. This should make this move require more commitment for its powerful movement options. Upon landing, this consumes 10 more health before sending out its typical projectile. Finally, Zhurong's Forward Strike has a new animation and function with many new possibilities. Neutral Special has been updated so all versions properly clank with attacks and disappear. The remaining characters have had mostly minor changes and balance updates. Starting with Ezzy, her Neutral Special now moves a lot quicker and detonates on release. It has been tuned to loop into itself a lot less and better diversify her aerial combo game. Additionally, her burst puts her plant to sleep to prevent reversals. Seth's down special has a short delay before setting off, allowing defenders more time to counter it. Seth's EX side special also has more startup before electrifying the whole stage. Valora mostly has small tweaks to startup and block advantage, but her side special now has a scaling acceleration of 3. Lastly, Ashani has a new animation for her side special and some minor tweaks. She also no longer bounces off a parry and shield when using down special. This season, we will be keeping an eye on these last 4 characters to make sure their balance is still in check. We have 2 exciting game mode updates for this patch. Since the response was so positive, Infinite Loadout is now a permanent addition to the game. We are also very excited to introduce the first installment of our campaign, which doubles as a much improved tutorial. As Rushdown Revolt progresses through beta, we plan to bring you lore updates and a brilliant single-player experience. Our vision is to have a story as electrifying as our gameplay, so enjoy our first installment with the Agrium Mines. There are lots of other changes beyond the scope of this video, so be sure to check out the full patch notes in the link below. Alpha is ending soon, and there's a surge of new content. If Alpha Surge has sparked your interest, head over to our Discord, join the community, and play some games now.